I tested the brand new Next.js analyzer. You know, these fancy colorful rectangles you can see right here. You might have already saw them, and I have to be honest with you, the first time I saw them, I was like, what the hell is going on here? But it turns out these rectangles are quite useful, and now they even got an update. So let's look at it together. But wait a second, it's Black Friday. And there's no better time to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, Hostinger. Because let's be honest, self-hosting Next.js is really kind of a trend, right? People don't want to be locked into a third-party provider, like Vercel, for example. Instead, they want to have full control. That's why they self-host their Next.js app. But where do you self-host? What is the best solution? It's Hostinger's VPS service, which is made exactly for that use case. And I'm not just saying that. I use Hostinger's services since 3 years and I never get disappointed. A VPS is a virtual private server. So basically a computer where you can run or host your web app. The setup is easy and user-friendly, and on top you get a high-performant and scalable VPS server. And if you don't like it, no problem. You can always unsubscribe it. But trust me, with setting up a VPS server, you learn a lot about web development. So follow the link in the description, choose the KVM2 plan. It's just the best offer if you ask me. And you see here the discount is crazy, and we make it even more crazy because today I have a coupon code for you, which you can use right here. Setting it to Toby May, you get an additional 10%. So just $130 for 2 years. You can scale that down here, no problem. But that's a crazy good offer. Go into the first link in the description, hostinger.com/TobyMay. Thanks to Hostinger for sponsoring this video. So what we're seeing here is a bundle analyzer. The old bundle analyzer. But that doesn't matter, because if you think like, Toby, I have no idea what I'm seeing here, this just looks complex, I'm totally with you. And that's why I explained to you bundling in just 30 seconds. So you have your web application, and there's a lot inside. CSS files, HTML, JavaScript, your whole framework like Next.js or React, for example. A lot of code. That's why you use a bundler. A bundler bundles everything together in smaller chunks, so the browser knows, okay, I want to load this page, I need this chunk. I need to start up the app, I need this chunk. And that's why we use bundlers. They make things a lot faster. So what you're seeing here is your whole application. And then we have different bundlers out there, like for example Webpack. You might already heard this, and what you're seeing here is the old bundler which uses Webpack. But then we have a new bundler called TurboPack. And one last question you might ask yourself is, when should I use a bundle analyzer? If you want to speed up your application. I think that's roughly 90% of the use case. You want to understand why your bundle is big, because if your bundle is big and you see what is big by having a big rectangle here, you know that something is slow, because the client needs to download the whole bundle, and if it needs to download more, your application is slowing down. And why am I telling you that? Because the old bundler, the bundler you're seeing here, or the bundle analyzer you're seeing here, is Webpack based. But the problem is that in Next.js 16, we now have TurboPack as the default, which is a different bundler. So the old bundle analyzer will not work. It's like having a wrong sized shoe. It's just not fitting. That was a bad example. Whatever. On the Next.js docs, you can only find the documentation for the old bundler. So installing Next Bundle Analyzer, and then you wrapping your app with Bundle Analyzer, set analyze to true, and then you get the bundler output. But now I'm going to show you how you can use the new bundle analyzer. And this one is more of a secret solution now, because it's not publicly available. So what we have to do is we need to install Next at Canary. So the Canary version of Next.js, the experimental branch. With that done, you go into your package.json and you add this analyze script. So next experimental-analyze serve. And with that done, you can finally run pnpm analyze, or you put a run in front of it, doesn't matter. And then you see analyzing a production build. This roughly just takes a couple of seconds, 4.2 seconds, and then bundle analyzer available at localhost 4000. No idea why 4000. So we don't get 3 links here for client, server, and edge. We just get 1 link, and let's go into it. Oh, I hate that Cursor is doing that lately, that it is opening tabs inside of Cursor. This is so annoying. Let's actually try to deactivate it. Automatically opens localhost links in the browser tab. Nope. I don't want that. So now if we click the link, there we go. This is the new Next.js bundle analyzer, the experimental version of it. We can decide the route that we want to see the bundle, and this is already pretty cool. So I can say the start route of my application, and I see, okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay, and then we see the difference between client and server, which is quite cool. And then we can decide which resource we want to see, which type of, so we can say JS, CSS, JSON. We can even see just our asset. So I don't have JSON here in my application, but I have a lot of JS, as you can see. And on the right side here, we see the selected source. So if I select something here, we see the import chain, and that's pretty powerful. So I exactly see where this is coming from. I see this is coming from the page TSX, and then from the draft slot item, and then from the create slot form. So I directly see where something is coming from, and that's the way I can optimize these things pretty easy in Next.js 16. And what matters here is the client, because the client shows what needs to be downloaded. And for example, in my use case, I see a lot that is in here is just Zot. And why is that the case? So I can just click one thing here and I see this is coming from the draft slot item, which has an create slot form inside. And just because of this create slot form, half or third of my client bundle is just Zot and its internationalization features, which is not good. So I could just go into my code inside of the draft slot item, search for this create slot form, for example, and lazy load it or conditionally render it so it's not included in the initial bundle. So that's how you basically use this bundle analyzer. But let's be honest, it's not perfect. I mean, it's okay that it's not perfect because it's experimental, but some things are weird, right? What is this name? I have no idea what it is. I can't read it. Some things are just not readable. Next thing is I can't zoom in or zoom out. I mean, sure, the default browser zoom in, but that doesn't help me to understand what this here is. Like if you remember the old one, I can zoom in here pretty much. And I also see, I point to it, but that does not make sense because you can't see what I'm pointing to. But I see the parsed size and the gzipped size and that's what I'm missing here a little bit. I mean, I see the output size at the end and that's fine, but I want to see more detail. Give me more details. And what I also don't like is I got no colors. I mean, okay, it's blue and it's okay that it has no colors, but I'm used to having more colors in here to separate things from each other. I'm missing that here. So that's basically what I don't like about it. It looks complex, and that is what Next.js is usually pretty good at, making complex things easy. So why not with that one? Why not having an easy mode, a toggle where I can switch to easy mode, where I see exactly where are the pain points, what can I optimize? That would be so helpful in here. Let me know what you think about this new bundle analyzer and have a great week. Bye bye.